All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick little tour of what I do have up and running in here for my fruiting chamber and whatnot. So it is just a grow tent, a standard grow tent. I have a couple pieces here. You can hear the air conditioner running right now because I have to do a few things in the garage in order to get this thing up and running proper. So right now, you can see I am working on getting some insulation done. I gotta do some stuff with the ceiling before I can insulate up there, get some lighting, and whatnot. This is in my garage, my second half of the garage. So right now, as you can see, I have got air coming through, being pulled, dumped into this bin here. So this bin is full of water, and there is a fogger inside. In fact, it feels like the fogger might be going, but then it comes up and it gets pumped directly into the fruiting chamber. Because right now with the insulation, there's not enough. The temperature fluctuates wildly in here, which is why I currently have my stand-up AC unit out here, and I'm hoping to get that other part done here very soon. So in here is the water, and there's the fogger. So this fogger actually comes from a company in the States called House of Hydro, and it is fantastic. So then we come around, and I've got a light in there as well, because mushrooms actually do need light. And then we have a quick peek in, and we have got our mushrooms. You can see it's pumping the humidity in there. So it actually has sensors. You can see one just kind of dangling there. That's the temperature sensor. And then up above, you can't really see it, but by the light, there's a little silver sticky there, and that is the humidity sensor. So this is part of an Inkbird controller. Oh, right here. That is monitoring temperature, humidity, stuff like that. So right now, because it's above 16 degrees, it is pumping a lot of cool air into there. And then below, you see it's at like 75% for humidity. It needs to get up a lot higher. I usually try to keep it in between 80 and 90%, so around 85. But let's have ourselves a quick little look in here. Ooh, we just got blasted with the air. So, right now, these are my oyster mushrooms. They're not quite ready. You can see these ones are starting to get ready here to harvest. So when they start to flatten out the caps, they'll be more ready to harvest. I also have several more that I am going on, that I'm getting going. This is all pearl oysters on this side. And then, if I wiggle myself around on this side, that's where this is completely ready, and I can take that off. And these first ones we're eating ourselves. Like, this is my first batch. And then you can see, if you look carefully, you can see the pink that's in here. That is the pink oyster starting to pin. So it's getting ready to come out. And ooh, look at that. There's some good pinning right there. So these are, I got yellow oysters in here as well. So lots of pink. And we're just ready to get going on this. Super, super excited. And then, let me just close this off real quick. In the back, so here's where I actually use hardwood pellets as part of my medium for them, as well as some other substrates in order to get some nutrients. Then we move into here, and this is my lab. So right now it's also my incubation chamber. For some reason the heat was like off in here, so it's a little cool. You can see that I've got to start getting these going because they're starting to pin inside, but the pink oysters are ready to go. And then here's some more of my pearls. Essentially what it is I've taken the hardwood and whatnot, and I've put it in here into these bags. These are a specialized bag for mushrooms that has itself an air filter patch. Sterilize them, and then later on I will inoculate them. And these ones were just inoculated, and so they haven't gotten anything going on in here yet, but eventually over a couple of weeks you'll see that they will start to the mycelium will start to grow all the way through it, and then suddenly it becomes very solid and it takes over everything. And then by that point is when I could get ready to actually go and toss them in the fruiting chamber. So we are working on that. Then of course down here, this here is my pink oyster. So this is the mycelium itself. It's in a what's called a liquid culture mix. It's just right now this one is just local honey and water, and then I just have to mix it. So this is the date that I actually inoculated this, and this thing is growing like out of control. I love it. I've actually got a couple jars of this somewhere. No, this is the last one. I used up the other ones. So I just have a magnetic stir, and I just stir every day. I just stir this for about 30 seconds or so to make sure it's all nice and tidy. And then down in here, these are my, what are they called? I just forgot the name of them. Morels, there we go. So those are morel mycelium. So I found a couple of morels that were growing on the property, grabbed them, and then I put them in the blender and turned them into a slurry, and then got that to grow out, very much similar to how I'm doing with this. And then I increased the load and got into two 5-gallon pails. This weekend, I'm going to be actually tossing them out onto the hill underneath some of the trees. So that it's a good spot for it. I'm going to add in some wood ash and whatnot to hopefully grow it out more. Then, of course, over here, this is the bag, or the impulse sealer that will actually melt the bag so that it seals it so that I can keep it nice and sterile. And this is the poor man's version of making a fan filter unit until I can afford one that is several $100s. This Filtrite is actually one of the HEPA type filters, and so I kind of got that in there, as well as I do my best to be very careful with everything. I have no contamination on anything yet, so it's been working just great. Right, so this is the still air box that I had been using. But it's really difficult to use it with an impulse sealer in there while you're trying to get a whole bunch of bags inoculated. So yeah, then this was to build my agar. So I got a hole drilled through there, and then this is just the breathable tape. And so I just use that. It's fantastic. All right, yeah. So that is a quick little tour. And I hope you learned something. Feel free to ask me some questions. I'm by no means an expert on any of this, but I am learning a lot, and I have a bit of a superpower of hyperfixation on things. So, yeah. Thanks. Bye now.